been done, stars the spokesperson for the National Association of Professional Women. A lot of you, of course, remember her co-hosting The View. But you're saying that these women's cases of success and big fortunes shouldn't be taken as a given for all women, and for people to say, okay, that's it, equality has reached the workplace.
No, equality hasn't reached the workplace. I mean, we still have many issues that we are facing. And as I think about the membership of NAPW, my organization, we run sort of the gamut. We have women who run corporations all the way to women who are starting new businesses out of their home and everything in between. They're doctors, they're lawyers, they're insurance salespeople, they're people who have opened a manicurist office.
And what's the cause? What's what keeps it all together? What's in it?
The fact that we are professional women who are looking for the opportunity to network with each other. One of the things...
Well, then wouldn't you find it encouraging watching these women at the top?
It's absolutely encouraging. I mean, and the opportunity to talk to both of them in the last 2 months. I was a big fan. I'm a big fan of both ladies. But their experience is not everyone's experience. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about the whole concept of leaning in, as Sheryl Sandberg calls it. Depending on who you are, you can pick and choose when you need to lean in and if you want to lean in.
What does that mean?
Well, I can tell you one thing. As a minority professional woman, I feel like I've leaned in from the time I started, from 18 years old to the point where I'm almost bent over. That's how far I lean in.
But do you think that the days of women having such a tough go of it, to say nothing of minorities having a tough go of it, to say nothing of minority women having a go of it, those days are behind us?
No,
it's a lot easier than it was.
Those days are not behind us. I think that more opportunity is there. When the window of opportunity is open, there are more women standing outside of it ready to look. But the door of opportunity is not always open. And that's one of the things that I'm doing at NAPW, is giving resources and tools so that women can get the necessary sort of foundation under them to go into the workforce.
Do you think we should have quotas?
In terms of numbers, specific numbers?
X number of women, X number of African Americans, maybe X number of African American women. You know what I'm getting.
I don't like the whole concept of a number because I actually think it's limiting. What I'd like to do is force people to consider. See, the biggest issue in diversity and in employment, with gender, with race, with religion, with anything, is who's at the table making the decisions. So if you don't have diversity at the table, they're not going to bring in the, quote, binders of women that would give you the opportunity to discover something that you might not have.
All right, Mitt Romney caught a lot of hell for that comment.
Yeah, because Mitt Romney thinks of it that way. I should say thought of it that way. I guarantee you, since he caught a lot of hell, he doesn't think of it that way anymore.
What do you think of the job the president is, trying to have a balance, a cabinet reflective of some of the things that you say? He's gotten some heat for that.
He got some heat because of the top-level cabinet members. And was I disappointed when, of course, Secretary Clinton was no longer there and Ambassador Rice did not get that job? Yes, I was disappointed from a woman's perspective, from an African-American woman's perspective, and from a professional thinking woman's perspective. I thought she was a great candidate. However, I looked at what the president has done for working women, and I know we bring this up a lot, but the fact that the first bill he ever signed was the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act says to me, this is who this man is, and then he has consistently been in that.
Than it was, but
yes,
there's
it is
still a gap. And despite some of these eye-popping pay packages for some women, there's still a gap there.
I've been reading about that.
Should the government do more, or should the government just stay out? There are a lot of folks who say the government can't force this issue. The free market will decide this issue. No,
the free market has to be pushed a little bit. I mean, this is your area of expertise, is business. My area is law. And when business meets law...
You made a lot of money, still. You're good at business.
When business meets law and businesses aren't doing what they need to, then the law sometimes has to poke it a bit.
Fair enough. Could I veer a little bit? And when you look at the TV landscape today, I don't want to talk about The View, but just the TV landscape, the personalities who dominate it, it's very opinionated today, either extreme left, extreme right, but in your face, always arguing, always screaming. We try not to do that here, Star, but you know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that?
It's not, I have to tell you, it's not really my cup of tea. Television that is more sensational and less informative might be entertaining to some people, but I don't think it elevates the level of the discussion. I would much prefer to be in a situation where we can disagree without being disagreeable. And that's not what we see on television. It's extremely tough. The whole reality boom has, in a lot of ways, made women really look bad. African American women, Latino women, young women, older women, white women, just women in general. And what happens is it shows sort of that worst base opinion of what a woman does when she's put into a group, that she's going to be in a cat fight, that she's going to use foul language, that she's going to act inappropriate, when it's always been my experience in a...
Men can be inappropriate too.
Always. But in a professional work environment, you're never permitted to act that way. Neil, I cannot say to you that one member of my organization, NAPW, could go to work and behave that way. Not one member. There's only one job that allows you to act like an idiot. It's called reality television. You can't act like an idiot at the UPS. If you go to the UPS and you challenge your colleague and you jump across the counter and you hit them, guess what? You'll be fired.
Well, we haven't hit anyone here. So.
And that's the whole point.
It's very, very good seeing you. Star Jones, National Association of Professional Women. She's looking out for them. That's nice. You know, agree or disagree. That's a nice thing to be making your goal. Well, you know, Star's modest about this, but she actually prints money. Apparently more than 9 out of 10 of us do not. So forget the recovery.